With Nickel, I like to start out in the pasture doing some light work, asking him to do some touching exercises, some yielding exercises, just to make sure that he's with me. He is definitely easily distracted. If I were to compare him to another horse, I would think he was a little more on the Ellie side, where he loves to play and to think and to try hard, but he also will check out in a moment's notice. So I try to start out with the halter exercise, where I ask him to come into the halter voluntarily. I know that that was one of his sort of sticking points when he came, and he's come a long way with that. It's kind of funny because when I go to take the halter off, he doesn't really want the halter off, because he knows that when he has his halter on, he gets to get out and have some fun and do some games. But it's really quite funny. But he's come a long way. You can see him walking into the halter with his head down, looking all good. I will give you fair warning that he is a treat stealer. So a treat robber is what we call him. He likes to look for the treat pouch and seek out the treats. So my suggestion when he gets home is to keep that treat pouch behind your back, and don't let him into your space looking for the treat. So making sure that he stays in that neutral position with his head forward. He does like to be right on top of you, so I have been working on making sure he knows a personal bubble, and to stay and recognize my bubble, so when I walk into him, he's pushing away. Again, like that magnet I've talked about in previous videos. Sometimes you'll see me have to put my hands in the air and really make myself big in order to remind him that he can't be in my space. But he's getting it slowly. I think he just gets a little bit of anxiety, wants to be basically on top of you, and to feel secure. So with these sort of trust building exercises and confident building exercises, he's getting better. I will say that he's probably got to be challenged a little bit more in that regard. He still gets a little freaked out when he's separated from Ava. And it's not when he's pulled out for his exercises, it's when Ava is pulled out for hers. So I'm going to try and figure out a couple of other methods to make him understand that her leaving doesn't mean she's gone forever, and hopefully get him more confident about being alone. So you can see here that working in the pasture, again, with my personal space, personal bubble, working with him on backing, yielding his front end, his hindquarters, all that good stuff. And that is before we even begin training sessions. Right here's an example of him being a little reluctant and kind of checking out. He's like, I think I've had enough playtime. And with this free range exercising, the horse has the ability to say, I don't want to play anymore. So I'm not forcing him to, but I wanted to start teaching him something new, and we've been working on introducing the bow. So this is that first step, asking him to bring his nose down and eventually bring it between his legs. I will use that leg up command in conjunction with the bow command, and he will eventually learn how to do the bow.